So today's lesson is we're going to talk about the measures of position in statistics and probability. So first, let's have our objective. Define the measures of position. Second, calculate the quartile, decile, and percentile of ungrouped data. Interpret the various measures of position. So once we calculate the value of of specific quartile or decile or percentile, we are going to interpret those data. No, okay. First, let's define what is a measures of position. So, level of position given as a way to see where a certain point in value falls in a sample or distribution. Okay, it tells us whether a value is about the average or whether it's usual high or low. It is used for quantitative data that falls on some numerical scales. Sometimes, measures can be applied to ordinal variables. Those are that have an order like first, second, third. Okay? Kasi when we say ordinals, diba, we are talking about the position. Okay? But we cannot quantify the distance between the position. Now, also, in addition, levels of position or measures of position can also show how two values from different distribution or measurement scales compare. For example, if your study, if your study is looking for the specific age correspond to their height. For example, the range between 10 to 15 years old, what is the average height? Yeah, right. You can use the measures of position in finding that. Okay? Not just the height, also the weight. Okay? Okay, these are the types of measures of position. So we have the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. So first, let's talk about quartiles. When we say quartiles, so from the word quart, we're talking about 4. Okay, it means quartile, it divides into 4 equal parts. So yung whole natin, it divides into 4 equal parts. Okay, so this is 25%, and this is 50%, and this is 75%, and here is 100%. So it divides the whole into 4 equal parts, kaya nga siya quart. Okay, so 25% is the lower tile. Meaning, if your data or score is below or in the 25%, meaning that is in the lower tile, mababa yung score na yun. Pero kung nasa 50 and 75, you are in the middle quartile. So these are the two middle quartile. Okay, or middle quarter. This one is the highest or the upper tile. Okay. Next. Let me write here. So 1, 2, 3 in terms of you divide into 4 equal parts. While the decile, you divide it into 10 equal parts. Quartile is 4. Okay. Let's assume that this is equal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's assume that this is equal. Okay. So here, this is 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, and 100%. That's decile. While the percentile, we're not going to draw this, no, because it takes a lot of time to draw 100 equal tiles, okay? Basta we know that percentiles is divided into 100 equal parts of the whole. Okay, 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, up to 100%. Okay, so ellipsis. Okay, so that is the quartile, decile, and percentiles. That is the types of measures of position. Okay, if you are asked, what are the measures of position? Quartile, decile, and percentile. Okay, again, si quartile is for 4, decile is 10, and percentile is 100. Okay, let's proceed. Let's talk about the formulas. Okay, this formula is according to Mendenhall and Sinchich method. This formula we use to find the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles of estimate position. Okay, again, we're going to use this formula, the Mendenhall, this is N. Mendenhall and Sinchich, let me write, Sinchich. Okay, Sinchich method. We're going to use this if we are looking for the estimate position. Okay, K is the position itself. Okay, N is the total number of observation. Total number of observation, that is N. Okay, and remember, under the quartile, if we're looking for the first quartile, let me rewrite. If you are looking for the first quartile, you have to round up. Okay, your answer or the position you have to round up. Paano po yan, Ma'am Alea? For example, 8.1. Still, that is 9. 8.2. 9 pa din yan kasi nga round up. 8.5. 9 pa din. 8.8. 9 pa din. Okay? Pag first quartile, ni-round up. Pag third quartile, round down. Okay, round down. Ibig sabihin, si 8.1 kay third quartile ay 8. Si 8.2 kay third quartile ay 8. Si 8.5 kay third quartile ay 8 pa din. Did you get it? Pag sa round up, kapag ang decimal point ay 1 hanggang 9, lahat nag-round up for the first quartile. Okay? Kay third quartile, pag ang decimal point ay mula kay 1 hanggang kay 9, round down pa rin. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung whole number, yun na yun. As is, siya yung position. Okay? Kapag decile, round off. So, you just round off. Kung round off into whole number. Okay po. Round off lang natin, class. For example, kung ang decimal lang natin is for 2 places lang. Okay? 2 places lang po ang pag-round off natin. Ganun din sa percentile round off. Correction, class, 2 decimal places. Okay? Not a whole number. 2 decimal places. Okay? For example, 5.357. So, this is 5.36. Okay? Not 5 or not 5. Okay? Pero if you're going to change this, gagawin natin siyang 4. So, magiging 46. Let's change sa 8. Let's say 8. So, 5.86 kasi round off. Pero kung kinokorek ko lang, class, kasi parang nasabi ko whole number, no. So, kung 5.86 yan, kung 5.857, magiging 5.86, hindi magiging 6. Hindi po, 2 decimal places tayo. Okay? A linear interpolation. When are we going to use linear interpolation? If we are going or ask for the exact location. Okay, again, we are going to use the linear interpolation formula if we are asked for the exact location. Okay? Si Mendenhall and Sinsich method, ginagamit lang natin siya for the estimate position. Okay? Look at on the formula, higher value denoted by B, lower value denoted by A. So, higher value minus lower value. Multiply by decimal point. So, i-multiply daw natin siya kay decimal point, which is denoted by dp. And we're going to add it again sa lower value, which is CA. Okay po? So, this is the formula for linear interpolation. First thing that we are going to do is to perform the Mendenhall and Sinsich method. After we get that, for example, first quartile. Okay, for example, you're going to get the first quartile of the given data. Diba, pag first quartile, you are going to round off the position. But in getting the exact location, you are not going to round off. So, nakalagay dito, round up. So, no round up, round down. Okay po. Walang ganun class. No round up and round down. Okay? Kasi nag-round up tayo kay first quartile, nag-round down tayo kay third quartile. Pero if we are looking for the exact location, do not round up and round down. Did you get it? Okay. Okay. After you perform the Mendenhall and Sinsich method, you are going to use the linear interpolation formula. Okay, for you to get the exact location or position of the scores, okay, or the position of the given data. Okay, example number 1. Using a Mendenhall and Sinsich method, we are going to find the first quartile and the third quartile. Okay? The first thing that we're going to do is to arrange. We are going to arrange the order into ascending. Okay? Next, we're going to solve the position using the Mendenhall and Sinsich method. After that, we are going to get the value. Okay, then after that, we are going to interpret. Do not forget these steps. Okay, first, we're going to arrange the data into ascending order. When we say ascending order, it is from least to greatest. Okay, so mag-start tayo kay 1. After kay 1, 3. 7. So, ilan na 7 natin dyan? 2. Okay, next, 16. Next is 21. Next is 27. 27. and 30, and 31. Okay? So, na-arrange na natin. This is the first step. The second step is solve the position. So, ang kukunin muna natin class is the first quartile. Okay? Our formula for the quartile is Q sub K is equal to K all over 4 quantity N plus 1, where K is the position and N is the number of observation or the total number of observation. First, our K is 1 kasi we're looking for the first quartile. So, 1/4. What is the value of our N? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, this is a comma. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so our N is equal to 9. Okay, so this is 9 plus 1. Our first quartile is equal to 1/4 quantity 10. Okay, then 1/4 times 10, the answer is 10 over 4 or 2.5. Okay, let's recheck it. Let's encode that in our calculator. 1/4 times 10. Okay, let me encode this in the calculator. Okay, so the answer is 5/2 or in decimal point, 2.5. Okay, sabi natin kapag first quartile daw, we are going to round up. Okay, so kung 2.5 yan, magiging 3. Okay, so magiging third position siya. Okay po. So, step 3. We are going to find the value. What is the third position in the step 1? Our third position is this. Okay? So, meaning, Q sub 1 is equal to 7. Okay? So, this is the third position. Okay? Meaning, on our interpretation, therefore, we can say that 25%. Ma'am Alea, bakit 25? Kasi first quartile. Okay? We can say that 25% of the data has a value of 7 wait lang, let me see, 25% of the data has a value of less than or equal to 7. Okay? Ma'am Alea, bakit equal siya dyan? Meaning, class, from here, wait lang, let me change the color. So, from here, so ibig sabihin, lahat ng value kay 7 or lahat ng value kasama si 7 pababa, kasama si 7 pababa, ayun yung mga nakuhang score ng 25% of the total population ng respondent mo. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin is mababa lang ang nakakuha ng less than or equal sa 7 na score. Okay, so in contradiction, 75% of the data has a value of greater than 7. So, ibig sabihin, ito, 75% ang nakakuha ng score in between this. Okay, greater than 7, but not equal to 7. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung 25% ng population mo, ang nakuhang score is less than or equal to 7. That is the interpretation. right? Kasi first quartile is 25%. So if we're looking for the second quartile, 50%. If we're looking for the third quartile, 75%. Did you get it? Okay, so our interpretation is 25% of the data has a value of less than or equal to 7. Okay, so nag-start tayo dito. Yan. So, yung value nandito sa kanila, umiikot lang yung scores. So, nandiyan lang yung scores ng 25% ng total population ng respondent mo. Okay? Example number 2. Let's continue. Kasi we're done with this sa sa first quartile or Q sub 1. Let's proceed to third quartile. Okay? So here, class, we already arranged it into ascending order. Okay? So we have 1, 3, 7, 7, 16, 21, 27, 30, and 31. So this is our first step. Let me change the color of my pen. So this is the first step. Okay? The second step is we are going to solve using our formula. What is our formula? Again, for the quartile, we have Q sub K is equal to K all over 4 N plus 1. Bakit 4 siya? Kasi quartile. Di ba pag sinabi natin quartile, you divide the whole into 4 equal parts. Okay? So you are looking for the Q sub 3 or the third quartile. So the step 3, we're going to solve. We're going to find the value. Okay? Again, this formula is for Mendenhall and Sinsich method. Okay? Kasi we are going to get the estimate position. Okay. Okay, by the way, this is just a second. Okay. So our K, our position is 3. Kaya 3 over 4. Our N, how many is again our N? Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our N is 9. Kaya 9 plus 1. Okay, so 3 plus 4 times 10. Input this on your calculator. Okay, let me input in my calculator. 3 over 4 times 10. So it is 15 over 2. In decimal is 7.5. Sabi natin, pag third quartile, nag-round down. Okay, pag third quartile, round down. So, ibig sabihin, si Q, okay, so we don't have space here, so let's write here. So, si Q or si third quartile, dahil third quartile siya, round down, so magiging 7. So, yung ika-7th position. Okay, so 7th position. Okay, step 3. What is the value of the 7th position? Our 7th position is 27 here. Okay, next, our interpretation. So, therefore, dahil third quartile yan, 75% of the data has a value of 27. Sorry, correction. Less than or equal 27. Okay po. So, ibig sabihin, your population or the scores of population, your position is 27. Ibig sa 7th position ka. Ibig sabihin, 75% of the data has the value of less than or equal 27. So, ibig sabihin, yung 75 na respondent, dito lang naikot yung kanilang data. Okay? So, meaning, we can say that 25% of the data has a value of greater than 27. Which is ito, class. Ito yung 25%. Ito, mula dito hanggang dito, ayun yung 75%. Okay? Next, example number 2. Still, we're asking to find the estimate position by using the Mendel-Hall and Sinsich method. So we are asked to find the decile, the third decile, the seventh decile for a 45 percentile and 88 percentile. Okay, again, the first thing that we are going to do, let me change the color of the pen. First thing that you're going to do is to arrange the data into ascending order. Okay, so let's arrange this. So the first one is 5. Let me eliminate this, 5. So we have 2, 5. Next is 7. Next is 2, dalawang 10, 2 tens. Okay, next one is 12. Second one, next is 14. Next is 18. Next is 20. Next is 21. Next is 25. And 30. Okay, second step. Solve the position using the formula for the decile. Let's find this first. Okay, so D3. Our formula is D, K, is equal to K all over 10. Pag decile, it divides into 10 equal parts. Kaya over 10. All over N plus 1. Okay, let's find what is how many is N, or what is the value of N. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So our N is 12. Okay, so K is the position and N is the number of the observation. So D3, or third decile, 3 over 10. Our N is 12 plus 1. So 3 over 10 times 13. Please encode this on your calculator. I will encode this also. Okay. So the answer is 39 over 10, or equal to 3.9. Okay. So diba sa decile natin is we're just going to round off. So kung 3.9 yan, class, magiging 4. So ibig sabihin fourth position. Okay po, third, what is the value of the fourth position? Okay, so the fourth position is, let's count, let's change the color. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the fourth position is 10. Okay, so meaning, so 10. So our interpretation, class, is that, so 3, no? Third decile. So 30% of the data has a value of less than or equal to 10. Okay po? Big sabihin, ang naglalaro lang class, yung value ng data niya, sa yung 30% na respondent out of the entire respondent, nasa 30% sila, ang score nila ay nasa less than or equal to 10. Okay? Next, let's find the seventh decile. Okay, this one is our step 1. We already arranged it. What is our N there? Our N is 12. Okay, so we are asked for D7. Our formula is this. K all over 10 times N plus 1. K signifies the position, which is 7. So 7 all over 10. Our N is 12 plus 1. Encode this in your calculator. So the answer is 91 all over 10 or equal to 9.1. So pag sinabi nating deciles, no, kahit anong posisyon ng decile yan, round off. So ito ay 9. So nasa 9th position. Let's count it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here, so our 9th position, our third, this one is a second step. Our third step is the 9th position is 20. Okay, so our interpretation. So therefore, since we're looking for the 7th decile, so 70% of the data has a value of less than or equal to 20. Okay, in opposite, 30% of the data has a value of greater than 20. Okay, so ibig sabihin 70% ng population, ang scores nila or value nila ay nandito lang. This is the 70%. Yung 30% is here. Okay po? That's how we interpret the data. Okay, next, we're looking for the percentile, 45 percentile. Again, our n is equal to 12. Okay, so we're looking for this. Our formula for the percentile is P sub k is equal to k all over 100. Why it is over 100? Because we were talking about the percentile. So when we say percentile, we divide the whole into 100 equal parts. Okay, our n is the number of observations. So let's label this. Para later, we're not going to label this anymore. Okay, so P, our K as position is 45. So 45 divided by 100 or over 100. Our n is 12 plus 1. Okay, so 45 over 100 times 13, which is equal to 585 all over 100, which is equal to 5.85. Sabi natin, si percentile is round off. I-round off natin class. So, magiging, pag percentile round off. Okay, so, magiging 6th position. So, correction ko lang sa earlier na pinag-usapan natin class, no? Sabi ko, si decimal at saka si percentile, i-round up natin into 2 decimal. So, I stand corrected. Balikan natin yung slide na yun. Here, ito. So, correction natin class ha. Correction, class. So, kung 5.85, 5.857 yan. So, kung nasa decile at percentile yan, magiging 6. So, tama pala tayo kanina. Okay po? So, magiging 6. Okay? Kasi i-round off natin siya sa whole number. Okay po Do not forget, I stand corrected. Baka po magkamali tayo. Okay po? I-round off natin into whole number. Okay? Balik tayo dun sa example natin. Okay. So, sa 6th position na tayo. Okay? So, ano yung 6th position dyan? Here. Si 12. Okay? So, this is the first step. Nalilimutan lagi natin labelan na second step. Our third step is ano yung position? Ano yung value ng position? Okay? It is equal to 12. Our interpretation, therefore, so ang hinahanap natin is 45 percentile. So, ibig sabihin, 45% of the data has a value of less than or equal to 12. Okay? Ibig sabihin, Yung 45% of the entire population, ng score nila is less than or equal to 20, less than or equal to 12 rather. So in contradiction, 55. So in contradiction, 55% of the data has a value of greater than 12. Okay, so ibig sabihin class, from here to here, it is the 45%. From here to here, it is the 55%. Diyan naglalaro yung score ng 55% ng population. Dito naman naglalaro ang score ng 45% ng population. Okay po? Next, 88th percentile. So again, this is the first step. Our n is equal to 12. Let me change the color. Let's label this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are looking for the 88th percentile. So our formula is P sub k is equal to k all over 100 times n plus 1. Okay? So this is the second step. Let's calculate. P sub 88 is equal to 88 all over 100. Quantity, 12 plus 1. Okay? Let's multiply. Let's simplify. So 88 all over 100 times 13. What is the answer? Let's input in our calculator. Let me help to recheck. Okay? Okay, so it is equal to 286 all over 25, which is equal to 11.44. So, dahil percentile yan, round off. Dahil percentile, round off. Okay po? So, meaning, ito ay magiging 11th position. Okay po? So, third step. What is the value of the 11th position? Okay, so ito, 25. Okay po? So, sa ating interpretation, therefore, so we're looking for the 88th percentile. So, 88% of the data. Okay, of the data, 88% of the data has the value of less than or equal to 25. So from here and here, diyan naglalaro yung score ng 88% ng population. So meaning in contradiction, 12% of the data has the value of greater than 25, which is ito. Okay, so ayan yung natitirang 12% out of 100% of the entire respondent natin sa population. Okay po? Now, let's have example number 3. So here, we're going to use the Mendel, Hall, and Snitch method again and the linear interpolation. Meaning, we are asked to find the exact location. Okay, or the exact position. First, let's get the first quartile. Okay. So first, let's arrange this given. Okay. Let's arrange the given. So 81, so let me write here our step 1 kasi baka kulangin tayo ng space class. So 81, so eliminate na to. Then another 81 because of this. Then 84, 85. Let me rewrite. 87. Next, another 87. 88, 90. We have 290 and 92. Okay. Then next, find the value of n. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our n is equal to 10. Okay, our next step is solve for the position. So we're just looking for the first quartile. So Q sub k is equal to k all over 4 quantity n plus 1. So Q, our position is 1. So 1 over 4. Our n is 10 plus 1. Let's simplify. So 1 over 4, quantity 11. So magiging 11 all over 4 or equal to 2.75. This is the first quartile. Remember class, do not round up. Kasi diba ang first quartile natin, ang restriction sa quartile, pag first quartile, you have to round up. Pag third quartile, you have to round down. Kuha po. Pero if you're looking for the exact location or position, do not do anything. Just as is. Okay? As is. Okay? So once you get the position, we are now going to use the formula for the linear interpolation. So our formula is this one. So this is the third step. Higher value minus the lower value. Oh, 81. What's the missing number? 84. Okay. So this is the formula for the interpolation. So high value, which is denoted by B, minus the lower value, which is denoted by A. We are going to multiply it to DP, which is the decimal point. Okay, after we multiply this together, we are going to add this into lower value, which is the A. Okay, look at on the 2.75. 2.75, meaning your position could be in the second or third. Yan, ito si 2 and si 3. Nandito si 2.75. Okay, so yung second position is equal to 81. Our third position is equal to 84. Which is the highest? Which is the lowest? This is the highest, the 84. Siya si B. So, kung sino yung lowest, siya si A. Okay? So, our B is 81. No, correction. Our B is 84, which is the highest, minus the lowest, which is 81. Then, what is the decimal point here? The decimal point is 0.75. So, 0.75. Okay? Plus the lower value, which is 81. Okay? Let's simplify this. So, we have 83. Correction, this is not 83. 84 minus 81. So, the answer is 3 times 0.75. Times 0.75, the answer is 2.25 plus 81. So the answer is 83.25. So meaning, our fourth step, meaning, therefore, first quarter tayo class ha, therefore, 25% of the data has a value of less than or equal to 83.75. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, sa part na to class, from 83.75, mula sa kanya hanggang pababa, up to 81, doon naglalaro yung score ng 25% ng total population. Meaning, in opposite class, 75% of the data has a value of greater than 83.25. So, 75%. Okay? Nakukuha po again. If you are asked to get the exact location, do not round off, round down, or round up. As is natin yung decimal because we need the decimal. 'Di ba? Kasi nga kaya nga siya may decimal eh because that's not the exact. We're rounding up, rounding off, rounding down, meaning you're just estimating. Kaya nga Mendenhall and Sinzich method yung ginamit natin. Pero if the instruction is we are going to find the exact location or the exact position, we are going to use the Mendenhall and Sinzich method first. Okay, once we arrange that in ascending order our data. Okay, let's use the Mendenhall and Sinzich method. After that, do not round off, do not round down, do not round up. As is. Okay? Kasi pag may decimal, we need, and if you're asked the location, you need to use the linear interpolation to get the exact location. So once you get, so kung 2.75 yan, look at on the ascending order, nasaan siya, nasaan pagitan siya. So, si 2.75 na kay second tsaka kay third position kasi nandun na sa gitna si 2.75. So together with that, identify mo si second position 81 siya. Si third position is 84. Okay? So kung sino yung pinakamataas, siya yung B, siya yung highest. So si 84 siya si B, si 81 si A. Then perform the formula. Okay? Let's have the example. We're still looking for the D4 or the fourth decile. Okay, let's count this. Let's change the color of the pen. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is our end there is 10. Okay, same. Okay, so we're looking for the fourth decile. Okay, with the exact location or position. Okay, this is our first step. Our n is equal to 10. Second, let's use the Mendenhall and Sinzich method. Okay, so D sub k or the decile formula is k over 10 times n plus 1. So D, we're looking for the position of 4 decile. So 4 over 10 quantity, our n is 10 plus 1. So 4 over 10 times 11. Okay, so which is equal to 24 over 5 is equal to 4.4. Do not round off, do not round up and down, as is. As is. Kasi we are looking for the exact location. Ngayon, in terms of position, nasan si 4.4? Ibig sabihin, nandito siya. So, gagamitin natin si fourth position siya kasi 5 position. Okay? Third step. Si fourth position, lagyan mo natin to. Si fourth position, ayan si 85. Si fifth position, ayan si 87. So, therefore, the highest is the 87 and the lowest is the 85. Lowest, highest. Okay, now, what is our formula? For the exact location, the interpolation. So we have B minus A, quantity dP, which is the decimal point, plus the lower value. Our B is 87, minus the lowest value, which is 85, multiply sa dP. Our decimal point is 4.4, so 0.4. Okay, plus the lower value, which is 85. Do not forget the plus. Okay, let's simplify yung loob ng ating grouping. So, 87 minus 85 is 2. Then, 2 times 0.4. So, the answer is 0.8. Okay, plus 85. So, the answer is 85.8. Okay, meaning, our interpretation, meaning, we're looking for the 40%. kasi fourth decile. So 40% of the data has the value of 85.8. Okay? Meaning, on opposite neto class, 60% of the data has the value of greater than 85.8. So, ito ay less than or equal to 85.8. Okay? So, I will write here. So, in opposite, 60% of the data has the value of greater than 85.8. Okay? Ito class, sinasabi ko lang tong part na to para magka-idea kayo ha. But the real interpretation of our data is this. Okay? Now, let's proceed to P77, 77th percentile. Okay, let's count this again. Our N is equal to 10 and we're looking for the 77th percentile. Our formula is P sub K, K all over 100, quantity N plus 1. Our K is 77 all over 100. Quantity, our N is 10 plus 1. Okay, so 77. Okay, so ito ay magiging 77 over 100 times 11. So 847 over 100. Okay, is equal to 8.47. Do not round up, round down, round off. Kasi we're looking for the exact location. Okay, this is the first step, second step, third step. Okay, so 8.47 yung position. Okay, nasaan yun? So, nandito. Okay? So, yung 8th position is equal to 90. Yung 9th position is equal to 90 as well. Okay, let's use the interpolation formula. So we have B minus A times the DP, which is the decimal point, plus the lower value, which is the A. Our A here is, what is our A? Okay, what is our A? O, paano class kapag ganito na ang nangyari? Same naman sila. Walang mataas, walang mababa. Sige nga, hanapin natin. Let's assume. Okay. So, 90 minus 90. Our decimal point is 0.47 plus 90. Natin kung ano lalabas. So, 0 to. Kung 0 to, minultiply mo siya sa 0.47, 0 pa rin nalalabas plus 90. So, the exact location is 90. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, 77%. Therefore, 77% of your, okay, correction, 77% of the data has a value of less than or equal 90. Okay? Okay, so that's the end of our lesson. So meaning, kung 77%, so we have 23% of the population which are greater than 90 yung kanilang value. Okay? So please remember those steps. So if you're looking for the position, the estimate position, and you are asked to use the Mendel-Hall-Sensich method formula, you're just first is Arrange the data in ascending order. Solve the position using the formula, which is the Mendel-Hall and Sensuch method. After that, find the value of that position, then interpret your data. But if you're looking for the exact location, so once you reach on the step 2, diba? Our step 2 is to solve the position using the formula of Mendel-Hall. Do not round off, round down, and round up. So as is lang yung decimal, then the third step is use the interpolation formula. Okay, so by just looking on the decimal and the whole number on the second step, just get the higher value and lower value dun sa given data nyo. Then, substitute it in the formula of the interpolation. Okay, then you will get the exact location. So, that is all about the measures of position. Okay, so quartiles, first quartile is 25%, second quartile is 50%, third quartile is 75%, fourth quartile is 100%. So, ganun din sa decile. The first decile is equal to 10%, fifth decile is equal to 50%, eighth decile is equal to 80%. Sa percentile, first percentile is equal to 1%. Okay, so kasi hinati sila into 100 equal part. So, kung 55th percentile, so 55%. Okay? So, that's all, class. Please remember the formulas. Nagbabago lang naman yung denominator. Do not forget pag first quartile and third quartile. Pag first quartile, ang restriction natin sa quartile. Pag first quartile, round up. Pag third quartile, round down. Sa decile percentile, you just round off into whole number. Okay? So that's all. Thank you for your listening.